Parliament set for showdown as an MP pushes to legalize sex work in Botswana. Some members of the public call for an urgent review of the hefty salaries enjoyed by heads of parastatals, and detained Ugandan opposition leader Kizza Besigye is said to be in an intensive care. Good evening and welcome to our 7 p.m. live. It's a great pleasure to have your company. My name is Kinedwe Sitekwa. Thanks for joining us. A heated national debate is looming as Mogoditani West MP Galena Wabo Lekau prepares to table a motion in Parliament this week seeking the legalization of sex work in Botswana. The proposal is expected to ignite passionate discussions on human rights, public health, gender-based violence, and the legal protection of sex workers.
Speaking to ITV News, Lekau revealed that his motion calls for the repeal of sections 155 and 156 of the Penal Code, which currently criminalize living off the earnings of prostitution and operating a brothel.
Some chapters more Penal Code. For the longest time, we have the commercial sex workers around us. Me haba tshwara o ithala ile gore gona le the stigma ya gore ga re batho go bua ka kgenyate. We know it's a very controversial topic, but nna ke dumela gore batho ba ha ba go legalize the whole processes eta awada batho ba gore ba khone go tsena in the health sector. Le yone our health sector e itse gore e dila ka dipalo tse dintseng jang ka di risk tse dihi tse ile gore ha ile gore we disinvest. For example, Mogoditshane, if you go around Mogoditshane for the past 2-3 months, no go sena di condom mo Mogoditshane, but we have vast of people ba ile gore ba dila ka this industry ba le mo Mogoditshane. Or you can imagine gore di clinic tsa rona ha di sena ditamelo tseo me re na le batho bao maybe de gongwe re sa itse gore re tshwere dipalo tsa batho bao ba le kana kae go ka raya eng hela in the industry le mo gone mo botsogong.
Lekau argues that the existing legislation has failed to address the realities of sex work, leaving many sex workers vulnerable to violence, exploitation, and discrimination. He maintains that scrapping the two provisions will strengthen human rights protections, improve access to healthcare services, and support broader public health interventions. The MP further contends that legal reform will empower sex workers to report crimes without fear of arrest or stigma, while enabling environmental agencies and health authorities to better regulate the sector and provide critical support services.
High impact mo pusong hela gore puso e khona go babalelo le ke batho ba kana batho ba ha ile gore ba ntse jalo gore ha re khone la ile go ba reacha go ba ruta ka go itshireletsa ga bone ka gore re a latola gore ba teng le gone go thabya ke ditho mme gape re lebelle hela le gone gore batho ba amme ba sireletsegile ha ba dira se ba se dirang se ga ba sireletsega motho o tswa ha le motho a tsamaya le ene gongwe a dumalane le ene ka se ba se dumalana ha tsena kwa mo tšhentšhela ga gona go poko ya nteng wa go ikuela gore kana motho o na ntsa a riana ba bangwe ba direla diotse mo mekgwatheng e le gore le ha tsewa ke koloi ga go itse gore o tsere ke koloi ya gamang e heletse le ene kae, and all those things re tshwanetse re di dire gore be re kana batho ba ba chargewa o chargewa 200 pula maybe la charges idly, and come also we waits on gape solve sepe, and this industry has been there for donkey years, and it's high time but ba tsola konte ba bue hela ba phuthologile gore go mo re tshwantse re bue ka gone le tshireletsego ya gone.
However, the proposal has already drawn sharp opposition from religious groups. The Botswana House of Prayer and Transformation, alongside concerned citizens, is urging lawmakers to reject the motion, insisting that Botswana can safeguard the dignity, health and safety of individuals without endorsing what it described as the commercialization of human intimacy. The Christian organization warns that decriminalizing sex work could have far-reaching moral and social consequences for future generations. It has called on members of parliament to resist efforts to repeal sections 155 and 156 and instead advocate for policies focused on citizen empowerment, protection and economic opportunity rather than legalization of prostitution. With strong views emerging from both sides, Parliament appears headed for a contentious debate that could shape Botswana's legal and social landscape for years to come. Reporting for ITV News, I am Lami Lucas.
Meanwhile, that the East Member of Parliament, Tlhabologo Furniture, is set to table a motion before Parliament requesting government to strengthen the country's commitment to gender equality and the protection of its citizens by establishing a special fund for gender-based violence. The fund would provide financial assistance to help survivors to rebuild their lives or access to legal support. Speaking to YTV News, Furniture said he had observed that many victims remain trapped in abusive relationships because they depend on their abusers for financial support. He believes the proposed fund could make a significant difference.
Motion o botlhokwa thata. Ke tswa go kgaolong e leng gore ke le ranna le seemo se sengwe mo lampelo sa GBV o e bona e diragala ka matlo, but go pheleletsong bo bona gore dikgang tsa madi di a tlhokega mo botshelong. Ke tsile ka motion o mabaka ke lebile gore bontsi jwa batho ba e leng gore gongwe ba iphitlhela ba kgogontshitswe ke ba ile gore ba dependa mo ba kgogontshing nte ke rialo go be go ra gore yana ba tswelela kana one ba tshaba gone go ikuela ka mabaka gore they depend financially mo bathong bone bao yaanong go be go ra gore yana ga gongwe go nna bokete gape gore ba ka emelela ba go ikuela ga gongwe a loteletse mo ntung go sena le one madi a gore o ka pala makhombi a ko police a go report mela le ko police a ile go report o kgona hela tsholla kgetsi yone ka mabaka a gore kana yano ha senona case bulo o patelesa go boela gape ko lapeng ka gore yano ntu ya nna mo gone gongwe duelwa ke ene mokgogontshio yaanong go tlhokana le gore go nne le special fund se ile gore se tabe se itebagantse le gore go nne le safe space sa ba batho ba ile gore gongwe ke di victim probably a ile gore go a kgonagala o kgone gore gongwe o e go nna 2 weeks ko teleng e ile gore gongwe e ka duelwa ke madi a tswa mo the special fund.
As Botswana continues to face economic challenges and limited resources, Furniture says government could explore alternative sources of funding for the proposed initiative, including allocations from funds such as the alcohol levy.
Ha o lebella fund e tshwanang ya alcohol levy gore madi a ko alcohol levy aka isiwa mangwa ona ka isiwa ko special fund. Madi a tshwanang le di cases tse ileng gore gongwe tsa bo assault common bo common nuisance a ile gore mapodisi ba collector ba charge batho go melato e menyenyane madi one a ka David wa isiwa to special fund go rata thusa. Not only that but the private sector ga ra lebella gore special fund se se itebaganye le gore government ke ene hela yo ile gore gongwe o tabe a ntsha madi le the private sector e tabe participate. Ke dirile research ke bone le hatsela South Africa le na le special funds sa GBV le hatsela tshwana la Kenya le Spain go ona mahatsa ile gore mona go ya gompieno bana di special fund go leka go lwantsha kgogontso ye teng ko mahatseng a bona.
The debate over executive pay is gathering momentum, with some members of the public calling for an urgent review of the hefty salaries and benefits enjoyed by heads of parastatals. Amid growing concerns about public spending and accountability, many citizens say the generous remuneration packages awarded to executives of state-owned enterprises are difficult to justify, especially as ordinary Botswana grapple with the rising cost of living. Speaking to the YTV News, some members of the public voiced frustration over what they described as a widening gap between the earnings of top executives and the everyday struggles facing many households. Several called for greater transparency and tighter oversight of executive compensation, arguing that public resources must be used responsibly and in a manner that reflects the country's economic realities.
Ha motho mongwe a mogala 400,000 o ithele mongwe a mogala 1.8 mme ba reka mo shopong e lwana go botlhoko tla ka re itlo ga tiswele yole ga gona madi mme a go sampe motho a kgona go amogela 400,000 ta o ke le diwa go supa ra gona bonete ba khanya go la tsara na madi nna ne ke re ga nne go ka dikiwa gore go lebelele ba kota se ba amogela bone mo 1.8 gore bo ke le madi se gore be go tsengwa motho wa amogela 4,000 a amogela madi a kalokalo bangwe ba sa amogele ke matlhabisa ditlong tse kgang e sa nnang sente gore go la lehatshe le anong le bahumi ba go tswelela ba humela pele bahumane bone ba sotegela pele
dilo tse di dirwang ke bogobore mo bone ke yona tlhabisa ditlhong just imagine ba dira di-police tse e leng tsa bone mme ba di itirelele gore batho ba kgone go amogela madi a tripola bo a dabola mme motswana ene go gae a tlhokang ke tsaya gore banna ba puso e re eteletseng ena dilo tse ke dilo tse di dirang ka bomo kore bone ba bone gore bone go je bone pele ga mongwe le mongwe e sonne ba ja ke yona a tla bona gore batswana ba tla ko morago ke matlhabisa ditlhong tota thata go menaganeng mo e leng gore ga re tore re ba ga mang just imagine motho a amogela 400,000 mme go sena dipilisi from 150,000 to 400,000 mme go sena dipilisi motswana go ga sena sa nang le sone go sena sepe dilo tse e leng gore re ka kgona go itshetsa ka tsone di-company di sa bereke di kgaola batho ko ditirong go okediwa metsi go okediwa metlakase tsatsi le letsatsi beke ya heta go okediwa motlakase 9%. Gompieno wa okediwa divete dijo ko dishopong di tura ka bokete bo kana-kana nna ke tsa gore puso e busang mo gompieno yana kore ba itiretse go ipusa bone ga ba lebege motswana kwa gore wa sokola.
And still to come in this bulletin, detained Ugandan opposition leader Kizza Besigye is said to be in an intensive care.
It's a short price birthday, a major birthday. Come fill up your trolley.
ShopRite's birthday is in the Major League with major low prices. Get 5 kg Farmer's Choice frozen chicken mixed portions, only 178 pula 99. 5 kg Blue Crystal white or brown sugar for 76 pula 99 each. And 48 Notwane number 2 large eggs, just 82 pula 99 per tray. Get major savings with ShopRite's Major League birthday. Pick a box for a chance to win your share of over 400,000 pula and weekly gift cards with ShopRite. Spend 100 pula or more and buy any 3 participating products. WhatsApp the code on your till slip and pick a box to see if you're a winner. Only at ShopRite.
Get ready for another delicious stop on Taste Gaborone with Robertsons as we step into the stylish world of Luna Rosa. Great food, vibrant energy, and mouth-watering dishes come together in a celebration of flavor, all elevated with the rich taste of Robertson's spices.
If you've been asking yourself how to find your me in every meal, then you tuned into the right show today.
From the first bite to the last moment, it's a dining experience full of passion and unforgettable vibes. Taste Gaborone with Robertsons. Robertson's spices. Find your me in every meal.
Innovative electric motor technology, so-called axial flux motors. On the other hand, the hood blends seamlessly into the overall design.
And exactly 90,733 Audi TT Roadsters were built between 1999 and 2006. In 2008, the TTS Sports model was launched with an upgraded 2-liter turbo engine.
Mercedes-AMG C63 SE Performance is a real game changer. It combines the AMG 2.0-liter turbo engine with an electric drive unit on the rear axle for a completely new driving experience.
Okay, so here's the idea. We invite Botswana's brilliant creatives into a room and we strip everything back. No distractions, no spectacle, just conversation. The kind that reveals the work behind the work. The failures, the decisions, the discipline. Because talent is easy to admire, but process, that's where the story lives. This is Made, where Botswana's talent tells its story, one creation at a time.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. We now look at stories from around the world. Tens of thousands of Africans have left South Africa in recent weeks as anti-migrant sentiment and protests continue. Some spent years building lives and raising families there. Many find starting over in their home countries difficult. Al Jazeera's Haru Mutasa reports from Harare.
Grace Masara speaks to her children in a language one doesn't usually hear in this part of Zimbabwe. Her family fled South Africa in June when anti-migrant groups set an unofficial deadline for undocumented foreign nationals to leave. When she crossed the border by bus into Zimbabwe, she asked her husband,
"What are we going to do in Zimbabwe? There's no jobs. How are we going to survive?" Then we just said, "No, let's go. We will see the situation when we get there." So when we come here, we were sitting the whole month. We don't want to, we were struggling. My mother-in-law was trying to provide food, even shelter for us, even blanket, because we left everything there.
Zimbabwe's government says more than 100,000 citizens have returned from South Africa and more are still coming. Zimbabweans have this phrase, a Toyota plan. In English, it means let's make a plan. They're saying that whenever life is tough, whenever there are challenges, you roll up your sleeves and make things work. Here, for many families, that means selling whatever they can on the street to make ends meet. It's how 18-year-old Blessed Gatsi helps her family earn money. She was a little girl when she moved to South Africa. She is not fluent in Shona, a widely spoken language here.
Seeing new people, new schools, new colleges, and it's a big difference for me to understand many things in Shona. So it's a little bit difficult for me to learn something in Shona.
Thousands of Zimbabwean migrants are facing the difficult reality of starting over again, searching for work and supporting their families in an economy that's struggling. Rights groups worry about the psychological trauma this is having on families.
It's a very difficult situation for the parent, let alone the child. And because these circumstances are brute, you're not prepared for them. And despite the fact that the South African government wanted it to be orderly, but I think their citizens thought otherwise.
Protests and door-to-door raids are still happening in South Africa as some locals continue to march against illegal immigration. That's why Grace says for now, going back to South Africa is not an option. Harumata, Al Jazeera, Harare.
Ugandan opposition leader Kizza Besigye is said to be in an intensive care in hospital as the United Nations blasted a wider crackdown on dissent. The 70-year-old has been in custody and facing treason charges over an alleged plot against President Yoweri Museveni, who has been in power since 1986.
Opposition leader Kizza Besigye is reportedly in intensive care after his condition dramatically worsened in custody. His wife says the 70-year-old is now in critical condition at Mulago Hospital in Kampala, with medical sources describing him as unresponsive. Besigye has been detained while facing treason charges over an alleged plot against President Yoweri Museveni.
I found him lying there asleep, but he's very drained. He looked very weak. He remained asleep for a long time. When he could open his eyes, he still cannot talk. He cannot talk. He just shakes his head and shakes his hands. I have not come to ask for sympathy. No. I have come to insist calmly but firmly that Dr. Kizza Besigye is entitled to every right and protection guaranteed by the Constitution of Uganda. Nothing more, nothing less. That is his right as it is for every other Ugandan. So I'm not asking for favors. I'm not asking anyone to bend the law. I'm simply asking that the Constitution of Uganda is respected.
A long-time rival of Museveni, Besigye has faced government pressure for more than 2 decades. After being abducted in Kenya in 2024, he resurfaced in Uganda to face trial. As concerns grow over his health, the UN has blasted a wider crackdown in Uganda on dissent.
Sports update will follow after this short break.
It's a short burst birthday, a major birthday. Come fill up your trolley. It's Shandy's. It's
ShopRite's birthday is in a league of its own. With major low prices to fill up your trolley. Celebrate our Major League birthday. Only at ShopRite.
Innovative electric motor technology, so-called axial flux motors. On the other hand, the hood blends seamlessly into the overall design.
And exactly 90,733 Audi TT Roadsters were built between 1999 and 2006. In 2008, the TTS sports model was launched with an upgraded 2-liter turbo engine.
Mercedes-AMG C63 SE performance is a real game changer. It combines the AMG 2.0-liter turbo engine with an electric drive unit on the rear axle for a completely new driving experience.
In sports tonight, Titan Softball Club, in collaboration with Botswana Softball Association, yesterday unveiled the Makgadikgadi Grand Slam Series 2026, slated for the 29th of September to the 2nd of October at Makgadikgadi, Nata. Speaking at the tournament launch, Itumeleng Kgabatense highlighted that the Makgadikgadi Grand Slam Series is a national competition designed to elevate softball development, attract sponsorship, and promote sports tourism, with champions set to receive a sum of 75,000 prize as organizers seek to inspire excellence and create a lasting sporting legacy.
As an exciting initiative that represents a significant milestone in the continued growth and development of softball in Botswana. The Makgadikgadi Grand Series has been designed as a premier national softball competition that will strengthen the country's competitive landscape while positioning Makgadikgadi region as a destination for sports tourism. This tournament is more than a sporting event. It is a platform for talent development, community engagement, economic growth, and national pride. The tournament seeks to achieve several important objectives. It aims to promote competitive softball across Botswana by providing structured national competition opportunities for clubs, increasing competition opportunities for athletes, and strengthening the national softball calendar. Makgadikgadi Grand Slam has adopted a unique playing format that promotes both excellence and inclusivity, giving established teams and rising clubs meaningful opportunities to compete. You'll get to appreciate the format later when my colleague speaks about it. The climax of the competition will be the grand finale, which will be scheduled from the 28th of September to the 30th of October, to the 3rd of October in the Makgadikgadi. The event will feature championship games alongside an opening ceremony, media coverage, sponsorship activations, and community engagement activities. Beyond the field of play, the tournament is expected to generate meaningful benefits for the host region. Increased occupancy in hotels and guest houses, greater activity within the community, restaurants and retailers, expanded opportunities for local transportation, local transport providers, and small businesses. Equally important are the social benefits, including the increased youth participation in sports. The success of the event The success of an event of this magnitude depends on strong governance and collaboration. The tournament will be managed by a local organizing committee, working closely with the Botswana Softball Association to ensure compliance with competition regulations, transparent financial management, efficient operations, and meaningful engagements with all stakeholders.
Speaking at the Makgadikgadi Grand Slam Series launch, Member of Parliament for Natagweta constituency, Lawrence Okedjitse, who was the guest speaker, called upon individuals to come and experience the beauty of Makgadikgadi through the game of softball. Lawrence also appreciated the softball fraternity for this opportunity, as he aims to utilize it to put his area in the map and also promote the area through sports tourism.
I have spoken with the organizers and I've said to them, yes, it's softball, but more than anything else, I'm looking forward to your experiencing the hospitality of our people, of our area. And then, of course, I do know that it's addictive. If you come in once, you're going to want to come back. And there's a reason why it is a bit addictive. Many of us are, they say you have a special connection with a place where you are born. It doesn't matter how far you go, how long you go, there will always be something special about you getting back to a place where you were born or where you originate from. And you're wondering how it is that you are related to the Makgadikgadi salt pans. There is credible research that actually says the area around the ancient Lake Makgadikgadi is actually part of the place where modern human beings originate from. So basically, it's a homecoming for you. You will be going home and you will experience it. So come and experience the salt pans in manner that you might never have been able to see before. So we will give you quite an experience. We will give you, in so many ways, a place that you can always want to go back to.
That's all the sports update for tonight. Let's now recap the headlines. Parliament set for showdown as an MP pushes to legalize sex work in Botswana. Some members of the public call for an urgent review of the hefty salaries enjoyed by heads of parastatals, and detained Ugandan opposition leader Kizza Besigye is said to be in an intensive care. That's all the news we had for you tonight. Thank you once again for watching YTV. You can follow us on our Facebook page or get in touch with us on our WhatsApp line 74-119-209. And from all of us at the News Desk, good night.